She's my daughter's best friend. And yet, that night, I allowed something to happen that I never thought I would. It was Sophia's idea to return to the beach house. She couldn't have known, but in doing so, she gave me something I didn't even realize I needed. We hadn't been back since Carlos died. That house was like a time capsule, frozen, untouched. And I had been frozen too, stuck in a life painted in grays, haunted by the memories of a marriage that felt more like isolation than love. Sophia became my light in those dark years. She brought Sydney along that weekend. Sydney had practically grown up in her home, always around. But something about her was different this time. She seemed calmer, more present. There was a quiet strength in her smile, a steadiness in her eyes that unsettled me in a way I couldn't explain. I spent the day doing what I always did, organizing meals, tidying up, playing the motherly role. But on the second night, after Sophia had gone to sleep, I found Sydney alone on the porch, staring out at the ocean. "Can't sleep?" I asked, trying to sound casual. "I like the silence here," she said. "It brings back memories. Helps me think." "What have you been thinking about?" She looked at me for a moment, her expression thoughtful. Then she said softly, "That maybe you've been feeling lonely, Tanya. Have you?" I paused, caught off guard by her insight. "Sometimes. Sophia told me you weren't very happy in your marriage." I wasn't expecting that, but I didn't deny it. It was complicated, I admitted. Carlos wasn't the easiest person to live with. Sydney nodded, then said, "I don't know, it just seems like there's still so much in you. So much you haven't had the chance to feel." A strange tension settled between us. I suddenly noticed how close she was standing. I looked away, trying to ignore the warmth rising in my chest. The next day, we walked along the beach. And all it took was one look from her to stir something deep inside me. Something I had buried. The guilt began to grow. So did the fear. But so did the desire. That Sunday night, Sophia went out on a date. I stayed in, sitting on the couch pretending to watch TV, but I couldn't focus on anything. Sydney came in quietly. "What are you watching?" she asked. "I don't want to bother you." "You're not," I replied. We sat in silence until she finally said, "Tanya, I can't stop thinking about you. Not in the way I'm supposed to." My heart started racing. Every nerve felt electrified. "Sydney," I tried to think of something to say, anything to defuse what was happening. But the words didn't come. She looked at me with a vulnerability I didn't expect. "I don't want to make things uncomfortable, but I had to be honest. I knew this was dangerous. I knew how much it could hurt Sophia. I knew Sydney was too young and too close. But I also knew the look in her eyes. And I couldn't deny how deeply I had been aching for something, someone, to make me feel alive again. This weekend stirred something in me too," I confessed, choking a little on the guilt. She smiled, relieved. "I don't know what to do now." "Neither do I." She didn't move. She just stood there, watching me, reading every flicker on my face. "I shouldn't say this," she whispered, "but I've wanted you since the moment we got here." I wanted to stop it. I wanted to say no. But I didn't. Her lips brushed mine, tentative and soft. And I kissed her back. Just for a moment, I let go of who we were, of everything that made this wrong. But reality returned quickly. I pulled away, breathless. "Sydney, this is a mess. What if Sophia finds out?" "I know," she said. "This complicates everything." But I couldn't help it. I couldn't fight what I felt. There was no future here. We both knew that. But in that moment, the need, the feeling, it felt worth whatever came next.